Hello friends, in this video we'll discuss about Python simple data types. We will work with strings and perform some formatting operations on it. So if we talk about Python simple data types, so these are the built-in data types available by default within Python. You can always create your own data types using classes, but that is far more advanced topic. So we'll come to that when we are ready. We have seen earlier that the type functions will give us the data type of particular value. We have seen earlier that the type function will give us the data type for a particular value. The type of 23 will tell us that this is of type integer, that is int, which is a short form of integer. If you pass in a decimal to the type function, the type function will correctly interpret this of type float. This is short form of floating point numbers. The input argument to a type function can be a variable as well. Here we have the variable name x, which is assigned the value 25, which is an integer. There are a number of details to observe here. Observe that we invoke the print function with 4 arguments. The first is a string data type followed by a comma, then x, then that is a string in a single quotes, and then the type of x. And here the most interesting bit, we have passed the result of the function type into the print function. So Python will first calculate result of the type function and pass that result into the print function, and the print function will print out the data type of 25 is int, means integer. Now because x is a variable and not a value, it says class integer or int because int is one of the built-in class in Python. This additional information, the fact that int is a Python class, is visible to us here because we passed it in the result of type to print function, and the print function displayed this information. All of the other built-in types in Python are also classes. For example, the variable y here is assigned to 8.2, and when you print out the type of y as we do in the print function, you can see that it is a class float. Once again, you don't need to know what exactly classes are. You can just say this is of type float. Now Python supports not just integers and floating points, numeric types. It also supports complex numbers. For example, the variable is assigned the value 5j, which indicates that z is a complex number. So if you print out the type z, you can see that its type is complex. It is of class complex. Python also supports arithmetic operations on complex numbers. You may not use it very often, but you should know that it's possible. Like 5j into 5j will give you 25 plus 0j. This is a real number minus 25. If you can't remember complex numbers from your high school maths, you can just forget about it. But you should know that working with complex numbers is possible in Python in case you ever have to do so. We work with boolean underscore values before. Boolean underscore values can take on 2 forms, true or false. The type of a boolean value is simply bool. We have also worked with the string values before. Here the string commando is assigned to str underscore value, that is the name of the variable, and the type of the variable will be the string, that is str, short form of a string. This is of class string. Python also gives you the flexibility to specify numbers in the binary, octal or hexadecimal format. These are different bases for numbers. When you specify numbers in the binary format, you will prefix the binary presentation of your number with 0b. Here is the binary number 111. Notice the 0b prefix. This is the number 7, and this is what the print function realizes and print to screen. Here is a binary number assigned to the value variable 0b101, and 101, as you know, is the number 5, and that's what is printed to the screen. Now if you pass in a binary number to the type function, you will see that the binary number is nothing but an integer. Okay, so now let's discuss about strings in Python, how we can create single line string or multi-line string in Python. So there are lots of little details to understand when we work with the strings in Python, and that is what we will cover here in the demo. A string is a sequence of characters specified within double quotes or single quotes. Here is a single quoted string. The very same string can be specified within double quotes as well, and that is also a string and behaves in exactly the same way as a single quote strings. You can use 3 different kind of quotes to create strings in Python. So you can have a double quotes. You can see the word Python is enclosed in double quotes. You can use single quotes. The word is enclosed in single quotes, or you can specify a string using 3 double quotes on either side of the string. You can see the specification of the word awesome, which is also a string in Python. And you can concatenate all of these strings together to get a Python is awesome. We have already seen that a string can be multiplied by an integer, and the result will be a string with the original string repeated that many numbers of times. Here, the word Python has been repeated 3 times thanks to our multiplication by 3. Other arithmetic operations don't make sense in the context of string, such as subtraction. You cannot really subtract an integer from a string, and Python will accordingly throw an error. Python has this special function called the input function, which allows Python to accept input from the user, and this input is in the form of a string. The input function that you see here invoked on screen will accept user input and assign the user input to the answer variable. You will then use the string in the answer variable and print some information out to screen. You had answer that sounds delicious. When you hit Shift plus Enter and execute this bit of code, you will find that an input text box comes up on the screen within your Jupyter notebook, waiting for your input. You can type in something meaningful into this text box, such as pasta. The string pasta will be assigned to the answer variable, and you will get the result printed to screen. You had pasta that sounds delicious. This is from our print statement. Now, why does it matter that Python accepts string using both single as well as double quotes? Let's see an example where the quotes actually matter. Let's say that your string itself included a single quotes, such as word am here in this example. After the I, we have a quote, and Python, because we have enclosed the entire string in a single quotes, assumes that the second quote after I closes the string. So when you execute this bit of code, Python will tell you that syntax is invalid because it doesn't understand what the rest of the character after I represents. If your string itself includes a single quote, you should enclose that string using double quotes, such as example you see here on screen. I'm learning Python is enclosed within double quotes, and Python correctly interprets the single quotes within the string as a part of string. Similarly, if your string itself includes double quotes, you should enclose the string as a whole in a single quotes. John said, "Hello there." Hello there has double quotes around it. That is a part of our string, which is why the entire string has been enclosed in a single quotes. And when you execute this code, you'll see that Python correctly interprets hello there within double quotes as a part of the string. If your string itself includes a single quote and you have to enclose your string in single quotes for some reason, you need to escape the single quote within your string. Notice the backslash character just before the single quotes before M. This backslash is termed as an escape character, and it tells Python whatever character comes after this backslash, accept that character as is, as a part of this string. Don't apply any special meaning to that character. So, the single quote just before M will not be treated as the termination of a string, it will just be treated as part of the string. Escape characters work well, but it makes code hard to read, which is why they are not often preferred. Here is an example where we use double quotes within a string which is enclosed in double quotes. So the quotes within the string have been escaped using the backslash character, thanks to the backslash which escapes the quote within the string. Here are some slightly more complex examples using quotes and a string. So the entire string is enclosed in single quotes, which means we can use double quotes within the string without escaping double quotes. Any single quote within the string has to be escaped as we have done if we want to include a new line within a string. You can do this using the /n special character. \n will tell Python to add a new line between hello John and how are you. And this is what you see here in the result. You can have multiple new lines within a string if you specify multiple \n's in your string. Here is a very long string that span 3 lines, and you'll use multiple /n we have in there. Using special characters within string often reduces the readability of our code, which is why if you have multiple line string, you should use the triple quotes. Here is a single line string enclosed within triple quotes. Now this is no different than a string specified within single quotes or double quotes. Let's say you have a string that includes a new line. You want the string to span multiple lines. Instead of using the \n, you could simply specify the string using 3 single quotes. You can see that resultant string spans 2 lines. There is a new line right after the word long. So for strings that span multiple lines, use the triple quotes. You can use 3 single quotes or 3 double quotes. They work exactly the same way. So rather than using the new line character, the best practice is in Python to use triple quotes for multi-line strings. You can see a number of different examples here. All of these are strings with multiple new line characters. All of these work and they can be specified using triple quotes. The triple quotes here are a must. Try specifying a multi-line string which has a new line character within it using double quotes, and you will see that the Python will immediately throw an error. It's not able to parse the new line within double quotes. So now let's discuss about formatting operations with strings in Python. So there are some ways in which you can include a variable to be part of your string. Here we have a variable called my_var, which is set to the string value barks. You can perform a string concatenation manually. Here we are concatenating the string a dog with the string in my_var plus the exclamation point to get a dog barks. This is manual concatenation using the arithmetic plus operator. This kind of statement is hard to read. If you specify a string using the f prefix in Python, Python will interpret anything within curly braces inside your string as an expression. The f prefix here basically tells Python that the my underscore variable or my underscore var within curly braces is actually a variable or an expression and should be interpreted as such. When you take a look at the result here, you will see that the value within curly braces has been interpreted as an expression. We get the value of the my underscore var variable, which is the word barks, and that is what has been inserted to the resultant string. If you don't specify the f prefix for the string, the my underscore var within curly braces will be interpreted literally as my underscore var within curly braces. Without the f prefix, this is not interpreted as an expression. The f prefix can be used with single quoted, double quoted, and even triple quoted strings. And anything within curly braces in that string will be interpreted as an expression. Another longer way to format your string to include expression is to call the dot format function and pass in the variable within the string. Here the value within the variable my underscore var, that is the string bark, will be inserted into the position of the curly braces in our string to get a dog barks. Let's take a look at a few other special characters that can be included within a string. The \t stands for a tab. This is how you include a tab within a string. Notice that there is a tab space between the word asked and how are you. Let's see another example with the tab hello \t world. Between the words hello and the world in the result, there are two spaces, one tab space. If the / character is used to escape codes, and for special characters, how do we include a / within our string? Well, we escape it using an other backslashes. Yes, this is confusing, but this is the standard way most programming languages do this. So if you want a / within your string, you simply specified two backslashes. The first / will tell the Python to interpret the second / literally. And you can see that the result string or the final string has just a single / after colon and after users. So friends, this was all about strings, format operations on single line strings and multi-line strings, and simple data types in Python. So for this video, we will keep our learning up to here only, and in my next video, we will learn some other new concept of Python programming languages. So till then, goodbye and happy learning. See you in the next video.